Welcome, Sarah. How are you? Hey, so good to see you. She's connecting. Wonderful. Hi, everyone. Hey, it's Kathryn Chess. I'm your nutritionist and joyful living coach, and this is your healthiest happy hour. We're just going to hang out for a minute or so just to get everyone on and get started. So I would love to know where you're from, and more importantly, what you want, why you want to get healthy. Why are you here? What made you sign up for this call today?
Live.
What?
Facebook Live, you're on.
Facebook Live, we're on. Wonderful. We have Zoom on and we have live on. So really looking forward to it. I just want to tell those of you that are on the call, sometimes you'll see me looking over here. I've got a monitor over here that's monitoring the chat, okay? So sometimes you'll see me looking over here and you'll think that maybe I'm not paying attention to you, but actually I am paying more attention to you over here because I'm looking for your feedback. So just know that's not a distraction. I'm just here excited to talk to you. So we have Sarah on. Sarah, can you put in the chat where you're from? And what brought you here today? And this is your healthiest happy hour. So healthiest happy hour, what does that mean? So I used to go to happy hours, okay, when I was in college, and they were not pretty. You know, we drink a lot of beer, we eat a lot of really bad food, and it just wasn't things that kept me healthier and happier. And actually, I was probably about 15 to 30 pounds, depending on when it was, heavier than I am now. And so it's really fun to see all of you, because if I would have known then what I know now, I think at my age, I'd be even healthier. So welcome, welcome. Hi, Tammy, welcome. And Sarah's there. Tammy, can you put in the chat where you're from? I'd love to hear a little bit about you and why you're here today. We're just waiting for a couple more people to climb on. And I am drinking today. This is a hibiscus tea. So if you don't have some liquid, grab some liquid for yourself, because hydration is just so important, especially as we age. You know, I recommend in my programs that you have half of your body weight in ounces. So say, for instance, if you weighed 100 pounds, yeah, right. Most of us don't, right? But if you weighed 100 pounds, just to give you an example, what you would do is you would weigh 100 pounds, you drink half of your weight in ounces. And so that would be 50 ounces of water a day. Well, I think sometimes we just need a little bit more, especially when you're not drinking a ton of liquids. So just kind of look at that. Well, you know, I like to reward people that are on time. So let's go ahead and just get started. And we'll just welcome people in. And like I said, for those of you that didn't hear, I'm going to be looking over here at some time. And that just means that I'm looking at your chat. So if you have, this is meant to be interactive. So if you have anything you want to say, go ahead and put it in the chat and I'll do my best. I have my handy dandy assistant, my videographer right here. His name is Dan. Actually, he's my husband. So a lot of love there. And he'll be answering, he'll be throwing me questions as he thinks, you know, things are pertinent, important. So please put your questions in the chat. So today we are on your healthiest happy hour. Today we're going to talk a lot about mindfulness and why that's important. Now I'm wondering, do any of you ever have any cravings? That used to be my big nemesis. And I like to say that I am part of the, you know what? I used to have those, and now I'm in a place where I don't have cravings anymore. It's a pretty nice place to be. It's a my no cravings for me craving club. And I love being in this space because I can eat mindfully and I feel really good, probably about 99% of the time. We're also going to talk about spices and herbs that really keep you grounded, keep you healthier and happier, and keep your immunity up. I know that's something we're really concerned with. And then for those of you that don't know it, I am an acupressurist. Now, this isn't an acupuncturist. It's an acupressurist. So I know how to get the energy in your body moving without needles. And no, you just finger points. And it's a skill that I've loved and I've done for probably 20 years. So I'm going to teach you the great acupressure points for cravings and for digestive issues. Sound good? Sign me up, please, right? Welcome. And then we're going to do some breath work. Now, why breath work? I am a certified breath work instructor, and breath work, I'm wondering if any of you have any dramas in your life. Have you ever been through anything that just made you shut down a little bit, killed your emotions? Well, what breath work does, and this is intense breath work, it helps you get those issues out of your tissues. My late husband died 30 years ago, and it was tragic. But I went back to work 2 weeks later. I didn't grieve. I didn't go through it. And I was still feeling the effects later. And the more I do breath work, I'm just getting those traumas out of my body. And that just means that you are healthier, because if you think it's all about the food, it is so not. It's about not just what we eat. It's of course how we eat. It's how we move. It's how we supplement. And supplements, they change. They're not always forever. But it's really a lot about how we think and what emotions are going on in your body. So another thing breath work will do is it helps you to heal your nervous system. Now, so many of us don't even know about our nervous systems. Our nervous systems are so very, very important. When your nervous system is going wonky and crazy, you can't heal. You can't digest well. You're more in fight or flight. So we're going to talk a lot about how do we heal your nervous system, and breath work will help you with that. Sound good? So let's get started. I forgot about the yummy, delicious food. So today we're making a spaghetti squash bolognese. I am gluten, sugar, and dairy free. What does that mean? It would seem like I'm limited to a lot of foods, right? Oh no, I eat so well. It's about flavoring your food to flavor your life. You got to savor your food, and then your life changes. Things get better. You just get happier. You get healthier, and it's really wonderful. And just before I forget, we have another healthy happy hour next week. So next Thursday. So if you're on today, please join us next week as well, because you're going to learn so much. Take some notes, but I'm always here for you. So you can chat with me. You can put a little note in the Facebook group. I'm totally answering questions there. You can contact me on my website. Because I don't believe that I should be in isolation. I want to help you to get healthier and happier. We all know that diets are temporary, right?
Yeah.
There is a huge diet industry. And this diet industry that we have, they're not there to get you healthy and well. No. They're there to make money, to improve the economy. And diets don't work, or that billion-dollar diet industry would be out of business, right? Yeah. We need to change our mindset and our nervous system. We talked a lot about that, and that just changes your life. So like I said, we're going to talk about cravings. We're going to talk about spices. We're going to talk about spaghetti squash bolognese, all of this. We're going to do some acupressure, and we're going to learn some breath work to get those cravings out of your body. Hey, welcome, Liliana. I didn't see you pop in. I'm glad you're here. So let's start with this great dish that we're making today, because it takes a little while to make it. And I've done some of the prep work. So we're going to first get started with that. But before we do, I want to show you an acupressure point. It is called Governing Vessel 26. And the governing vessel, it controls your entire body. So what are acupressure points? The world is energy. We know Tesla and Einstein proved that energy rules everything, right? So, you can be holding on for dear life to a counter, but this counter isn't really solid. It's energy. So the more we can get our energy moving in our body and work with our meridians, the better we're going to feel. So the governing vessel goes from right here, and it goes all the way over your head, down your back, and all the way down through your legs. That's your governing vessel that keeps you healthy. But there's a wonderful point. Just take your knuckle, and I want to see everybody do this. Just take your knuckle and bend your knuckle like this. Great, great, perfect. And put it right here, right below your nose, between your nose and the top of your mouth. So hold it there and breathe. Take some big, deep breaths in. And see if you can feel kind of a little pulsation. That's the energy. Just notice. And if you can't feel it, it's not a problem. But what's so fun, you can sit in meetings like this and nobody even knows what you're doing. Or you can do this. You know that whole thing about the thinker? Just keep your hand there while I talk. And you're going to notice the energy moving in a few minutes, probably. This point, it curbs the appetite. And for any of you that have allergies or pain in your body, it's a great spot to hold. And if you have any vertigo or dizziness, it's fabulous. So you just keep holding it, hold on, and notice what's happening in your body. And breathe. Big, deep belly breaths. Breath is 30% of your healing. Yeah, 30%. And so many of us, we're living right here in our chest. We're living in fight or flight. We don't breathe into our bellies. So I've had clients that start breathing in their belly and breathing deeper, and they heal their entire body. It's pretty amazing. So I'm going to give you another point to hold while we cook up this dish. It's called spleen 17. Now, any of the spleen points, they are all your hormone points and your digestive points. What about hormones? Hormones, I'm a hormone specialist. Hormones are the chemical messengers that run through your body and tell your body how to behave. So if your hormones are wonky, you're not going to get well. You're not going to be able to release weight. And if you're vice versa, if you're not well, your hormones are probably out of balance. So spleen 16, it's on both sides. It's right under the rib cage. Can you see me? Oh, perfect. So it's right under the rib cage, and it's just inside the nipple point. The nipple point. Say that 5 times fast, right? And you just hold. You're going to feel a pulsation right here. Just breathe into it and feel that pulsation. Just notice, take some big, deep breaths. This point, it curbs your appetite. It heals any emotional upset. So try it when you're really upset, when emotions are going. Any tension in your diaphragm, because if you have tension in your diaphragm, what happens is you can't digest. Your lungs aren't working properly. It balances your appetite, so it curbs cravings. Pretty nice, right? So just hold on to those points, and we're going to make a little bit of spaghetti squash bolognese. So anytime you have squash or zucchini, any of the squashes, they stabilize your hormones and your thyroid. Your thyroid isn't working properly, you're not going to be working properly. So squashes also restore your liver. It's kind of funny. I went to a workshop once where I didn't want to get together with all the women that were meeting downstairs for lunch. And I wanted to do yoga at lunch in my hotel room. So I did yoga, and all I had were cooked spaghetti squash and cooked butternut squash. And I ate that for 3 days. That's all I ate. I had so much energy. I just felt so good. I kind of surprised myself. My husband's a drummer, and he had a gig that night. And after 3 days of a workshop, I went and danced till about 1 a.m. I had so much energy. So I highly recommend, especially this time of year, that you really look at the squashes. And those squashes, they increase your thyroid production, the T3 and the T4, and it helps you to heal your inflamed nerves. What about nerves? Oh yeah, when your nervous system is healed and your hormones are in good shape, you're in great shape. So what did we put in this recipe? 1 large spaghetti squash. This is spaghetti squash. It's all been done. So I think most of you know what a spaghetti squash is. It's just a big kind of fat squash. I buy mine organic at Whole Foods. So I made this, I pre-made it for us. And all I did was I put the squash in the oven. They're kind of hard to chop. So I pre-cooked it for about a half hour at 350 degrees. So that went in. And then I cooked 2 cups of red onion. Now, I love red onion. I go for all the colors of the rainbow. So check this out. All the colors of the rainbow. You've got it. I don't know if your mom told you, but my mom told me to eat all the colors of the rainbow. So I'm just going to turn the fire on. I already started the onions, and then I'm going to turn the fire on medium. I'm going to put 4 garlic cloves, and we'll talk in a little while about what garlic does for you. But basically, it's about flavoring your food to flavor your life. And then you put whole cherry tomatoes. Yep. And so often when we buy cherry tomatoes, they have a little green stem on them. That's just natural. Normally you have to take that off. But these are grape tomatoes, and they take the stems off for you most times with that. So cherry tomatoes just give it this really nice flavor. I love them. And we're going to use some sliced mushrooms. Now, I buy these sliced. It just makes so much sense. And then now for the spices. So we're going to put in some poultry seasoning. Now, I would never think to put poultry seasoning in my spaghetti bolognese, but it really gives it a good kick. It's pretty nice. And then we're going to put in some garlic powder. Oh, yeah, more garlic. Now, all of these are optional. So you can really make a recipe your own. So if I tell you to make something and you don't like it, hey, don't do it. We're going to put some curry powder in. I love the color of this. It's just so orange. It's beautiful. Little curry powder. And then get these out of the way. Just kind of move them out. And we're going to use some sea salt. So I like to use a Himalayan pink sea salt. So I'm going to throw that in. Sea salt is so good for you because it has the iodine in it. Or it doesn't have the iodine, but it's loaded with vitamins and minerals. So often you get iodized salt and it doesn't have the minerals you need. So sea salt is your ticket. And then we're also going to use a little bit of chili powder. Oh yeah. We're going to give this a little kick, but if that's not something you like, don't worry about it. And then I'm going to add a little thyme. You know, I had a really bad thyroid condition. My TSH was about 5.5, and the doctors wanted me to go on thyroid meds. So normal is from about 1 to about, it depends on if you're a functional medicine practitioner or who you are, but doctors will tell you that you can be as high as about 4.5. I think you should be lower than 2.6 for your thyroid stimulating hormones. But I was at about a 5.5. And my doctors, they told me to go on thyroid meds. And I said, no, I healed my thyroid naturally. And I feel really, really good. So, oh, Lori, welcome. I'm so glad you joined us. We're just cooking up this great spaghetti squash bolognese. And
It's amazing.
I'm just going to put a little bit of water in because I like it thick, but you use your own preference. And we're just going to let that cook up. I'm throwing in the sun-dried tomatoes. Now, I did not even cut these up. I just soaked them for about 5 minutes in some warm water. Now, we're going to let this cook up while we talk about everything else. And it cooks. It cooks for about 20 minutes. But more importantly, I'm going to tell you about something that I made. Now, I think I told you I'm dairy free, okay? So how can you go without dairy? You know, I believe milk is for baby cows. It's not for humans. At least I know it's not for this body. And I drank a lot of milk as a kid and I would get really sick. But if you look at the milk that's on our shelves today, oh my goodness, it's first of all, it's pasteurized. So they take all the enzymes out that help us digest our food. Secondly, they add all kinds of preservatives. And then the hormones that those cows are fed, hormones, antibiotics, it's really not good for you. So I find fake cheeses because I do like cheese. And every now and then I'll eat a little cheese, but it's not something that's a normal staple. So this, and let me show it to you. This is fake out Parmesan. Oh, so can you see it? I hope so. Okay, great. So it's Brazil nuts. Now, let me tell you about Brazil nuts. Brazil nuts are one of the best things to get your thyroid moving. They have selenium, copper, they have zinc, and they're just really, really good. My dad used to love to eat them when I was a kid. A little bit of salt, some dried basil, and then one garlic clove. And then I mixed it up in my high-speed blender. Now, if you don't have a high-speed blender, I highly recommend that you get one because you can do so much with it. And Costco has them at really reasonable prices. You can buy them for about $250, $270. And what I've added to this is nutritional yeast. Now, the recipe doesn't call for this, and you're going to get all your recipes. But the recipe does not call for this, but I added it in. What is nutritional yeast? Some of you know, but nutritional yeast, it was discovered by Louis Pasteur. It was growing on mold. Actually, it grew on fungus, but it's a non-yeast nutritional yeast. So it's a non-activated yeast. It's loaded with all your B vitamins. It tastes so good. It looks like fish food. Let me just make sure you can see this. Looks like fish food, and it smells like cheese. So I make cheese sauces with this. I mix it with a whole lot of things. I think you're going to really love it. So,
Popcorn.
Oh.
Popcorn.
Popcorn. Oh my goodness, yes. So cameraman Dan is telling me what I put it on the most. I love popcorn, okay? But not regular, don't do microwave popcorn. It's so bad for you. I put popcorn in my popcorn popper, my air popper, and nutritional yeast with a little coconut oil, or you can even use butter. It is so delicious, and some salt. It's fabulous, but just make sure you get organic, super organic popcorn, because corn in America is 95% genetically modified, and you don't want genetically modified things in your body. They're freaking foods. And unfortunately, pesticides are endocrine disruptors. So it disrupts your whole endocrine system. What is your endocrine system? It's your liver, your pancreas, your kidneys, your adrenals. So it really impairs your health, right? So, cool. Anyone have any questions? We covered a whole lot of stuff. So if you have questions, you can unmute. You're actually on Zoom and you can ask questions, but I will be looking over this way because that way I can see you, see your pretty faces. Any questions so far? Okay, great, great. Oh my goodness, you're so beautiful. The next acupressure point that I'm going to show you is called Hoku. And some of you have probably heard of it. It is large intestine 4, and it's right here in the webbing of between your thumb and the finger next to it, like this. And you just hold it right here, and you don't have to hold it very hard. You can just hold it softly and breathe. So I invite you to hold this spot while I talk and while we go through the spices. And just notice that little pulse. You know, I talked about the energy. Actually, a lot of places they call it chi, they call it prana. Just let that energy run through your body. So again, this spot, what does it do for you? Gets rid of headaches, helps with your digestion. It is a large intestine point. And in Chinese medicine, large intestine is all about the drainer of the dregs. DREGS, okay? It drains out. So it's getting your gut healthy. When your gut's healthy and your nervous system's healthy and your hormones are balanced, what a trifecta. You're in great shape. So just hold that spot and breathe. Well, we're going to jump into spices, but before we do, I am going to stir our pot. And this is just so beautiful. Those colors are amazing, aren't they? Shake your head. Give me a couple shakes if you're going, oh my goodness, I want to make that for dinner. I wish you were here. So I used to, unfortunately, we don't do it anymore because of COVID. I have a big island in my kitchen, and I used to invite wonderful women and a few adventurous men into my kitchen. We all sat on chairs, and they would get their lessons, but they get to eat a really delicious meal. So I'm doing the next best thing, right? Well, I'm wondering how many of you think it's hard to get to your perfect weight? Show me if you think it's hard to get to your perfect weight. Oh, yeah. Lots of shakes there. Oh, I see it. Thank you. Yes, yes. Well, it is only if you believe it is. What? So one thing I'd love for you to start telling yourself is, it's easy for me to be at my perfect weight. It's easy for me to be at my perfect health. Now, these are called affirmations, right? And I'm sure you've heard of them. You know, there was a big joke on Saturday Night Live about affirmations. And, you know, I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me. I don't know if you remember that, but it was a lot of fun. And, you know, we have a choice to think that we're broken, or we have a choice to think that we're healthy and we're vibrant and we're alive. Guess what? Your molecules inside your body, that energy, it hears that. And that energy, it picks up on it. So the issues, like I said, they're in your tissues. And there was a big study by Joseph Marimoto. He was a scientist, and he studied water. So they took some great tap water, not that I think tap water is great, but they took some tap water and they put it in several jars. Some of those jars went in one room, and some of those jars went into another room. In one room, those jars had labels on them, and those labels said things like love, peace, beauty, amazing things like that. And in the other room, the bottles on the jars, they said hate, swastikas, just really mean, nasty things that I don't even want to go into. But in the room with the bottles that had hate on them, they played rap music, crazy music, and, you know, real high intensity music. I'm not saying that music's wrong, but it changes the molecules. And then in the other room, they played lullabies and symphonies. After 24 hours, they tested the molecules in those bottles. The ones with the hate, hey, they were more it's like swastikas. The molecules were like swastikas. And the molecules in the other bottle, they were like snowflakes. So what do you want to be like? Do you want to look like a swastika or do you want to look like a snowflake? I know. Yeah, right? Hey, Susan, welcome. Great to see you. I know what I want to be like. I want to be like more like a snowflake. How many of you? Snowflakes? Snowflakes? Perfect. Great. Oh, you guys are so good. Okay, I'm going to stir this a little bit more. You can see the tomatoes are just getting kind of smushy. I call it smushy. I have fun names for everything. And then I'm just going to put a little bit more water in, but not too much. You don't really need a lot. I just like this extra thick, but make it however you want it. So how is holding your points? Are you feeling a little energy moving through your body? Are you feeling something different happening in your body? Okay. Okay. Great. Great. Just hold that and breathe. Breathe deeply. And you may or may not notice it, but after you do this over time, it's about consistency. So in my program, Eat Your Way to Healthy, we eat homemade, real foods. But my big thing is when you savor and flavor your food, you flavor your life. You help your metabolism soar, and your spices will do that. The spices are the infantry or the ground soldiers in health or weight loss. They are your army. So they improve your metabolic rate. They help you fight cravings. They improve the taste of normally bland, boring, and I like to call it, you might say it's food, but I like to call it pond scum. Because dieting, this isn't even a diet, okay? Eating good food like this, you won't think you're on a diet, but boring, bland, pond scum is what most people think they have to do to get their body to its perfect health and its perfect weight. But more importantly, the spices, they provide key nutrients for your body. They're going to be your new BFFs, your best friends to bring you to your health goals. So the first one I want to talk about, it is cinnamon. I love cinnamon. So as I went into menopause, I had hormonal issues, but more importantly, I had blood sugar levels. You got to keep your blood sugar balanced. You need to eat, regular meals all throughout the day and eat things that don't spike your blood sugar levels. But you can cheat a little bit if you have more cinnamon. Cinnamon will help you release weight. It helps you increase your energy. You can put it in a morning smoothie. I love to put it in gluten-free oats with some nuts so I get my protein and a little cinnamon. But even more, I make this great chicken. And if you're vegetarian, you know what? You can put it with beans, but you can mix cumin, basil, salt, and nutritional yeast, the nutritional yeast that I told you about. Oh my gosh, it is so, so good. So the next spice that we're going to talk about is cayenne. And I want to show you, where is my cayenne hiding? I know I pulled it out. Oh, here it is. Check these out. Now, I don't know about you, but 30 years ago, I moved into my house and there were spices in my spice cupboard when we redid the kitchen that I'd had for about that long. And so you don't want that. I love buying my spices in these little boxes. They're a little messy, but usually I put them in a baggie. What happens is you only have a little bit. So you use it up fast and you get fresh spices. Or so many of the supermarkets now, they have bulk spices. Unfortunately, Whole Foods doesn't, but you can get them at Sprouts or Henry's. So it's a great place to be. Cayenne, it contains a compound called capsaicin. So capsaicin, it's a powerful weight loss tool. It burns off fat, burns it off the body. It increases your metabolism. It suppresses your appetite, curbs your cravings. And I add it to soups, stews, and even more. Every morning, I have a glass of warm lemon ginger water. So sometimes I'll put some cayenne pepper in that, and I get a real metabolism boost. Everybody following me? You got it? Okay, all this is making sense to you? We're going to have a whole lot more and suggestions and things about food and spices. Now, I also love ginseng. Ginseng is a herbal root, and you can't find the root many places. Okay, I tried to find ginseng root. So I just get it in packages. So whenever you want a little boost, you just get it, and it comes in these little bottles. Just make sure there's no sugar added to it, because a lot of the Chinese herbs and things like that, they add a lot of sugar. So look at the ingredients. But ginseng helps prevent heart disease. It lowers your blood sugar levels. That's another good one, right? We talked about that. It boosts your mood. We all want to be happier. You know, with all my clients, we often do like a drill down where I really see what's going on with them and what they need. And what's so funny is when they go through this, the biggest thing they want is they want to be happy. It's not even health. Let's face it. If you were, not at your perfect weight and you were just so happy, it wouldn't matter, right? So ginseng also helps with fatigue. It stimulates weight loss. It helps to balance your hormones. And I love putting it in an herbal tea. It's so good. The next herb or spice that I want to talk about is peppermint. Peppermint, it has a weight loss effect. And studies have shown that if you sniff peppermint when you're feeling hungry, so they did this study, these people ate 1,800 fewer calories over the course of a week when they smelled peppermint. doTERRA is my favorite go-to for essential oils. And doTERRA, they make peppermint beadlets. They're these little beadlets that you can put in your mouth, and they are so good. And they give you really nice breath, which I love. So how's it going with your holding that spot? Who's noticing anything? Are you still holding on to it, or has it gotten to be kind of old? Keep breathing and hold that spot. I guarantee you're going to have better digestion tomorrow if you hold this spot for a while. When I used to be in sales, and I always would go in meetings and hold this spot, and then I'd hold another spot right on the other side of my hand. This is a small intestine point, and this is a large intestine point. So the next, and oh, by the way, all of these suggestions, they're going to be on the Facebook group. So you're going to have handouts for everything. And dandelions is the next thing. Every part of a dandelion herb is edible and it's nutritious. It's loaded with fiber. But more importantly, it's loaded with beta carotene. Beta carotene just gives you a lot of energy. And vitamin K, it helps you with your blood. If you are trying to have better blood circulation, if you don't have K, you're not going to have really good blood circulation. Dandelion tea is fabulous. It normalizes your blood sugar. So I recommend anyone who's got liver challenges or kidney challenges, dandelion is the hot ticket. It lowers your cholesterol levels, detoxifies your body, it cleans your liver. And when your liver is clean, it's so much easier to lose weight. Your liver has 6 methylation pathways. These are just detoxification pathways. And okay,
Sorry.
So we were talking about dandelion tea. It's so wonderful for your liver. You have 6 methylation pathways in your liver. And if they're not clean, well, you can't digest. And when you can't digest, you can't release weight and your health gets wonky. Hey, everybody, thank you so much for your patience. The internet gods were not in our favor. The computer went down. So I'm so glad you're still here. Thank you so much. But you know what I really like about dandelion tea? It helps you feel full after consuming a meal. Really good stuff. The next spice I'm going to talk about is turmeric. Now, everyone talks about inflammation. Inflammation really, really sucks, right? Because we know chronic inflammation, any kind of inflammation, is one of the biggest causes of illness. So turmeric has weight loss properties. It reduces inflammation of fat tissue, and it reduces the blood vessels, the ones needed to form just all of your cells. And turmeric, it's really beautiful. It tastes great. And it's great on chicken. It's great on beans. It's great on eggs, potatoes, Or I love turmeric as a mouth-watering tea. And then we're going to talk about garlic. We all know garlic. It enhances the taste of everything. We don't want to eat too much of it because we don't want to have bad breath, but I say go for it. You just do peppermint after you do the garlic, right? Those little beadlets. And if you want to know where to get them, I can help you with that. I am a doTERRA rep. The garlic helps metabolize carbohydrates and fats, so it helps you metabolize in your body. You can add it to fresh or minced or in a powdered form. There's so many ways you can have it. The next spice we're going to talk about are cloves. They help speed up your metabolism, but they kind of got a little bite to them. The oral surgeon that did my root canals and stuff, he packed my wisdom teeth with clove to reduce the pain. But for cloves, they're so great. Because think what they do for that in my mouth. Well, they help you burn more calories. They're anti-inflammatory and they're so nutrient dense. So you can pair cloves with turkey, sweet potatoes, or in my Eat Your Way to Healthy program, we have a black bean brownie. It's protein filled. You make it with really, really good sweeteners and it's so delicious. The next spice is mustard. And I don't use mustard like in a jar, like the stuff with ketchup, right? I use a mustard powder to spice things up. It's thermogenic, which means it warms your body. It causes your body to burn more calories naturally. So skip the yellow mustard sauce and season your foods with powdered dry mustard seed instead. And it's fabulous with nutritional yeast. And you just mix it up, you sprinkle it on your veggies, so delish. And I have an awesome mustard cheese sauce that tastes so much like nachos. And then cardamom. Now, I want to show you this. I talked a little bit about bulk spices. I get my cardamom in the bulk, and you can see it, there's a little bit in here. It has a really unique flavor. Cardamom, it boosts your metabolism. It lowers blood glucose levels. It keeps your insulin low. It helps your body burn fat. And I love putting it with chicken. With chicken, it's fabulous. So you can just put it on chicken. You can put it with some nutritional yeast. No coatings for that. And then parsley. We all know about parsley. Parsley, it has a multitude of positive effects. It helps with weight control. It reduces the amount of sugar in the blood. It helps you with your kidneys. Really great detoxify your kidneys. It helps you break down and absorb your nutrients. You can blend it with unsweetened cranberry juice in the high-speed blender and chlorophyll to really detoxify your body. Mix it with salad greens, smoothies, on lean meats like pork and chicken. And then let's talk about cumin. Oh, my goodness. But first I want to show you this. Check this out. See, in the little time that we've been talking, this has just gotten to be marvelous. Wish you were here. It smells so good. So cumin, it helps your body process nutrients more efficiently. It's a huge energy boost. It makes you feel less hungry. And I use it in vegetables, soups, rice, chili, salsa. But even more, I love it in something called CCFT. And I'll put a recipe for CCFT on the Facebook page. It's coriander, cumin, and fennel. You drink 2 cups of this a day, your digestion is just going to be smooth as silk, and it's great for weight loss. So next, let's talk about black pepper. Where's my pepper? Pepper has capsaicin in it, and it's great for appetite control, hunger suppression. You can really burn more calories through high amounts of peppering. Say that 4 times fast, right? That's what's in black pepper. It improves your digestion. It helps you burn fat at a faster rate. So use black pepper consistently, and you're going to see your weight come off. It's really a benefit. So let's go for a couple more acupressure points. Are you guys ready for that? So how are you feeling with holding that 1 point? Does it feel good? Great. I'm so glad we lost a couple of people, I think, but I think most of you stayed with us. Lori's not there. So anyway, but we're here. She can watch the recording. So I'm going to talk about spleen 10. And spleen 10 is probably one of my favorite points. And when I used to crave a lot of foods, it was one of my go-tos. So let me show you where spleen 10 is. It's right on your leg. So I'm just going to hold my leg up just like this. I'm going to put my foot on the counter, and it's right here inside of your thigh, about 2 inches above your kneecap. And all you need to do is breathe and rub the spot. Breathing will really help enhance it, and it will really balance your mood, relieve any cravings. I used to rub this for a couple minutes whenever I was having cravings, and it was fabulous. I don't think any of you still have menstrual cycles, but it's great for relieving menstrual cycle cramps and things like that. It's just a great, great point. And when our hormones are out of whack, usually our spleen is out of whack. So it's a great place to balance your spleen. So rub that as much as you can, especially when you're having cravings. And then there's another wonderful point. It's called stomach 36. Or the other name for it is 3 Mile. It relieves mood swings, and I'm going to show it to you. It's on your leg again, and it's right here, right about 2 inches below, and there's 2 bones on either side, and you just come up right in the middle of those bones, and you rub this spot. This spot is so great. It's called 3 Mile, and there's a reason why it's called 3 Mile, because it relieves your mood swings, your fatigue, your indigestion, nausea, gives you more emotional stability, tones your muscles, aids in your digestion, gives you more energy, but even more importantly, it gives you this amazing energy. If you rub this 2 minutes, if you're really tired and you rub that point 2 minutes on each side, it's fabulous. And if you can't, for some people, it's hard to get to that point. So if it is hard for you to get to that point, no worries. You just rub it with your heel. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this, and then we're going to dive into the breath work. Does anyone have any questions? Or, oh, Karen Barbero Kitts is waiting in the waiting room. Can you let her in? So we're just going to we're going to blend this up. And you don't want to blend it all the way. You just want to blend it a little bit. This is my immersion blender, but I could also use my high-speed blender, or you can just eat it the way it is. You don't have to blend it. This one is a little tricky, so I'm just going to blend, and we're not going to blend much. So, ooh, okay, I haven't used this in a while, but we're going to blend it. Like I said, normally I use my blender, and we're going to get it smooth. You just want to get some of the chunks out of it. Oh, so good. Normally I would blend it up a little more, but I wanted to show you what we do with it. I'm going to turn off the fire, and you would just put this over your spaghetti squash, or you can do it over a gluten-free pasta. So we're going to do a little bit of breath work. But first I wanted to talk about my Eat Your Way to Healthy program. So my Eat Your Way to Healthy program it's my baby. And, this year during COVID, so many people have been sick. Their immune systems are down. So I wanted to do something really special. And normally it's a 6-week or a 12-week program, but I wanted people to be able to hang out with me and learn everything I know and incorporate it for the rest of their lives, or as long as they want to be involved in that, because it's not about the food. It's about really getting to the root cause of what's eating you. And that's what's going to get you healthy and happy. So I am doing a special offer, and Clint will put the links in the chat for you. And then we're going to do some breath work. I'm doing a special offer. We are offering a membership program for only $29 a month. And that's right now. It's through the 14th of January, $29 a month. And you can get into my programs, and you'll get, Clint will also have the link for the whole program and how it works. And I just watch the wonderful people that work with me get healthier, get happier, but not just with food, because food is temporary. Diets are temporary. I want you to get happy and healthy for life. So that's through the 14th, the special pricing. Or if you just want to go through 12 weeks, no problem. The price is $199. Either way, we're here for you. And I'd love for you to join our Eat Your Way to Healthy program. So ready to do some breath work on cravings and see how to get rid of your cravings with breath work? Great. So Dan's going to start some music. You know, we often use food as a drug. We use it to numb out and avoid painful feelings or just the stress and the monotony of life. Hey, I get it. I get it. I've been there. I used to gobble down a whole loaf of French bread in one sitting. That was me. I know what cravings are like. Cookies in the cupboard, they would call me by name. You know, it gave me momentary relief, the relief I needed, but I was trying to drown out the body and life that I desired, trying to drown it out with food because I never thought I'd get there. Overeating, undereating, I was using food as my drug. I don't want that for you. So whatever your relationship is with food, it gets to change. Oh yeah, we need to address one simple question. What's that question? What are we actually hungry for? Your body, it's not craving Ben and Jerry's or the bag of chips or whatever it is. Your body, it wants to feel alive. It wants to feel expanded. Hey, it wants to feel excited. And when we drop into our bodies with our breath, with the breath work I'm going to show you, we have the ability to see how we have stuck energy, stuck emotions in our body. And then we anchor them. We clear them with the breath work, and we anchor them into the future with a visualization. We need to release the how and just let your body do the work. It's about really seeing and feeling what you want and then creating it. So I invite you, just take a big deep breath and think of a day that you've had where you felt so happy, so alive. Maybe you were on fire. Have you had a day like that? Oh yeah, I know I have. So go back in your mind and remember that day. What did you see in that day? How did you feel? Breathe into that feeling, the feeling of that day. Okay, got it? Got it? That day you felt so connected, okay? Bring that in your body. You felt so connected, so alive. I'm sure the thought of using a food as a drug, it wasn't even present when you had this feeling. This is where we want to get to, right? Living in a full, intentional life that we don't want to emotionally eat. No. So, question again, what are you actually hungry for? Settle in, think about that question. When we feel our emotions, rather than feed them, we set ourselves free. Yes, we set ourselves free. So I invite you to feel everything that comes up for you as we go through this breath work. Allow yourself to create the space to really feel alive, feel joyful, feel connected, feel abundant. See your vision of how you want to eat and how you want to feel. Think of what that would be like and see it already done. Really claim it with your energy and your vision and your certainty. We need to believe it before we can see it. You deserve to be in this place every single day. We're going to activate your vision, the vision of yourself, using something called the halo active breath. You breathe in and you breathe out. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, but you set the pace. Nice, powerful inhales and nice, powerful exhales. If you want to go faster or slower, choose your pace. It's up to you. And at the end of the breathing, I'm going to guide you to take a big, deep breath in and hold it at the top. When you're ready, let's begin. Do we have the music going? Can everyone hear music? Okay, give me a thumbs up if the music's at a nice, comfortable level. Great, great, great. Oh, you look beautiful. Put your hands by your side. Close your eyes. Take a few grounding breaths, deep, deep breaths. Beautiful. The mantra we're going to be using is I feel alive, I feel energized, and I feel loved. When you're ready, let's begin. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, and just keep this going and thinking to yourself, I feel alive, energized, and loved. Feel your emotions so you can powerfully heal them. Just to let go. Breathe in. How much more can you release? Keep breathing. How much more can you step into your higher self? Breathe in through your nose. Let it release, release, release. Say to yourself, I feel alive, energized, and loved. You're being held. Feel yourself being supported. All you need to do is just breathe. Beautiful. Keep breathing. Feel into your heart. Feel the aliveness of your heart. Feel the energy of your heart. Keep breathing. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Beautiful. Feel the love. Feel the connection. Feel the aliveness. Just be here in this space. Be here now. See if you can tap into your heart. Keep breathing. Allow the energy of your heart to expand in all places of your body. Really feel connected. Feel alive. Beautiful. Keep breathing and bring that energy back to your heart, back into your body. Know that you're powerful. You're amazing. You are magnificent. Feel that in your body and allow yourself to fully marinate in this feeling. Place your vision on the very thing that you desire. What is it you want for your body? See it. Know it's already done. Believe it. Release that breath. Put both your hands on your heart. Keeping your eyes closed, feel the beauty, the excitement of it. See it already being done. Keep breathing. Know that it's so much more than food. How are you feeling now? Are you a little more expanded? Feeling like this, would you go to cravings? Would you need to eat to numb yourself out? I've been there. I know what it's like. I think we're about at time, but if anyone has any questions, or I would love to hear how you feel after that short little breathwork session. And what acupressure points are you going to use? Would anyone like to unmute and share?
We won't be able to hear them.
Oh, we won't?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. My videographer just said we probably won't be able to hear you. So can you put it in the chat? And Clint is wonderful. He has put, if you want to know more about Eat Your Way to Healthy, in our chat, there is a link for Eat Your Way to the Healthy. And a lot of you on the call, you're already on Eat Your Way to Healthy. You're in the program. So just know that you're in. And I'm so excited. We start on the 18th. Remember, the special promotion is only on till the 14th. But you can see we do a lot of things that aren't really about food. Of course, we use amazingly delicious, incredible food, and you're going to get all the recipes and learn to eat at restaurants. And it's so not about the food. It's about mindset. It's about clearing what's blocking you. Kim says she got really inspired from that. That is so wonderful. And Kim shared with me this afternoon, she's in our Eat Your Way to Healthy program. She got COVID. And I just feel for you. I want to see you get well soon. It's all the more reason to get happier and healthier because there's so much chaos in the world. It's about going inside yourself and really feeling inspired inside yourself. And that's what keeps you solid and grounded. So I love you. I'm just so glad you're all here. Would anyone like to share anything more in the chat or let me know something you'd like to have me answer? And if not, know I'm here for you. And if you have questions, please just reach out on Facebook, because I don't want this to be shelf help. I want it to be self-help. And you can do this. I know you can. And I want to be there for you. So, oh, Susan says grateful, wonderful, beautiful. So I love you all. And more importantly, in Eat Your Way to Healthy or in life, my goal is to help you love yourself. So let's get there. Let's get healthy and well together. Thanks for joining me today. From my heart, I just want to give you a big kiss of gratitude. You're awesome. You're wonderful. And I look forward to seeing you in Eat Your Way to Healthy. See you soon. Bye-bye.